Sure. Yeah.
So, anyways,
You're watching the Eternal Tournament Series.
And we are back for round 3, or as we like to call it, winner's bracket round 2 of this Eternal Tournament Series Season 5 Invitational. 8 players have been eliminated so far. Tabu, Babamov, Unearthly, Master Machu, Pisidis, Jade Phoenix, Casey Nabrev, and Danabor are all out. So only 24 players remain. We're down now a couple Rakano decks, a couple Queen lists are out, and a smattering of other things. Prax is also on the downswing. But there's still a lot of tournament and Eternal action still to go, and that's what we're going to bring you here. So let's break down this matchup in front of us.
Yeah, so I'm looking. We've got Jaffa and Ski J fighting against each other. Jaffa on Owl Ramp and the Ski J on Praxis mid range. Now I'm looking, and it looks all right. And last time I said this because I was very wrong, but it looks like a pretty normal Praxis mid range list from from what I've seen, at least. Rhino, care to back that up?
Yeah, this is
Excellent.
Is similar to this is the Praxis faster Praxis mid range where you see the Dawn Walkers, the full set of Obliterates, the Singleton Flame Blast, the full 4 Heart of the Vaults alongside 2 Carnosaurs. So no Mystic Ascendant long game shenanigans, just relying on the Dawn Walkers and the Warp cards to be your late game and the burn to finish it off. Yeah, I would say nothing too crazy here, but the sideboard's got some fun things, the Granite Ring, the Flame.
Yes.
But on the other end, we've got Jaffa on Owl Ramp. So this is something that's been popping up a bit more frequently lately. I know Mansu did some good things with it.
Mansu did do some good things with it. It was very, very impressive. Congratulations again to Mansu for just being a good player. Anyway. I do. This deck is interesting to me, especially as someone with a little bit of playing that used to play a lot of ramp decks and Magic, because there's not a lot that seemingly go hardcore on the actual ramp aspect, and the fact that Secret Pages is in this without any Awakened students is very interesting to me, because I'm trying to see. I guess you have a little bit of that fast spell interaction going on with Martial Ironthorn and Mystic Ascendant, but is there really anything else that you're?
It's just a ramp spell, and it's a ramp spell that doesn't get removed like Initiate, right?
Yes.
And it still triggers your Mystic Ascendant. So the key here is that it's still playing for Harshul. Where if you were trying to do like a Mystic Ascendant, Voto combo style ramp where you're trying to control the board, you can't play Harshul in that. So this deck can control the board with Harshul, Island's Choice, Auric Runehammer to help against this deck has some problems with Bartolo, so Auric Runehammer helps shore that up, especially you don't have anything Sandstorm Titan because that card's no good anyways. So using spells to control the board and spells to ramp, and then Eight of the Huru, Mystic Ascendant, Martial Ironthorn, wipe, kill, great Parliaments as well. It's why it's called Owl Ramp. There's a lot of owls in it.
Fair enough. And so why would a deck like this not play something like Combrei Emissary?
Again, it can help you ramp in spots where the Secret Pages are a little more reliable at doing it. It doesn't give you a body, but it does just give you that extra power right away on that turn. Plus, you can hold up Secret Pages and Island's Choice at the same time, which is a really cool interaction.
It is.
Whereas Combrei Emissary, you normally want to play either with alongside Waystone Infuser or the 1/2 for 2 that gives all your power Echo, those sort of things where you're guaranteed to get that extra ramp off of Emissary every turn. And instead, this deck's going for a little more consistency in the ramp when other ramp decks are a little more inconsistent when trying to hit that.
Yeah, makes sense. So who do you think's favored here?
Ooh, well, it's the consistent fast mid-range deck versus the consistent fast bigger super big mid-range deck, right? That's the question of the day here. I'll give
Is Owl Ramp that consistent though?
It's been performing well in tournaments lately. I've been impressed with it. But the players are going ahead here. I'm gonna give the edge to. I like a good obliterate in the morning, so I'm gonna go with Praxis. But I think this will be a close one. You know, you can go over the top of these time decks, and this deck, this Owl Ramp deck definitely can, especially because Island's Choice. Actually, that's a big deal. It can counter ramps.
Yes.
So yeah, I kind of like the Owl Ramp deck here. I talked myself out of Praxis.
All right, good to know. Good breakdown there.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah, we are underway here. So
there are no. Oh, sorry. I was looking at Java's hand. I was trying to see if there were any sort of influence concerns. It doesn't seem to be, considering he'll be able to get the double primal. He's already got double justice, and he's got a double time in hand. Yeah,
no real influence concerns on either side. It's just SkiJ's hand is a bit slower than he'd like. You know, no initial initiate here, but at least has triple time already. Double fire just needs a third one, but it's just going to have a hand clogged up filled with at least shiny Heart of the Vaults and Predatory Carnosaurs, and we'll be getting a Sandstorm Titan out soon. But in the meantime, Jaffa will just developing power via Find the Way and Secret. Just a note, the action might be a little desynced here, as one side of the action is in client, the other is through a Steam stream, so they won't be quite synced up. And I realize I've been a little out of sync with some of the video coverage as well. It's just because, again, there's a lot of wires being crossed behind the scenes, and internet's being funky, and crazy hurricanes are coming through. So we're doing what we can to bring you the best coverage we can. There's just going to be some minor technical hiccups here that we're getting past.
Yes. So thank you for still tuning in and enjoying us. We very much appreciate it. All right. So we're going to see Marshall Ironthorn come down here. Would you have waited until next turn?
Nah.
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, there's nothing really that can. I'm trying to think of something that would punish him, but I guess there isn't.
Nope,
maybe a Purify.
You're against Praxis.
But those are just on the board, right?
Yeah, there's no Purifies deck. Yeah, you're against Praxis. You just play out Ironthorn here. They can't obliterate it. They can't Flame Blast it. They can just play a Sandstorm Titan. So you'll get at least some ramp off of Ironthorn here, and we'll see what else happens. SkiJ does have a displacer for this Ironthorn to take it off the board, but then Harsh Rule just gets better for Jaffa. So just not a bad spot to be in for Jaffa right now. Praxis
not at all.
Had no Dawnwalkers, no Initiates, nothing early. Just turn 4 Sandstorm.
Yeah, I mean, the Sandstorm Titan from SkiJ, though, is going to be able to put a little bit of pressure on. I still feel like you attack in with the Sandstorm Titan for SkiJ, because even if he double blocks, you still get the Marshall Ironthorn off the table. Yeah.
Unless you opt to displace her first. We'll see what SkiJ ends up drawing here. Looks like a Prax banner. But again, if you displace her, you do leave yourself a bit weaker to the 4 Harsh Rules in Jaffa's deck.
Very true.
So it's a tough decision, but it looks like SkiJ will opt to just draw a card off of this Temple Scribe. Not go with the displacer. Instead, let this Ironthorn stay in play. And yeah, Jaffa doesn't care, takes 5 damage, finds more power, as this deck likes power. Doesn't like too much of it, but for now wants to get to 12 power, and will do that very quickly as long as his Ironthorns.
And Jaffa still has an 8 of the Huru in hand, so he still has a payoff for having all of this extra mana. So it's not like he's just drawing all this mana and has no payoff.
It is essentially impossible for Jaffa to flood this game. It's just this awkward spot where you're not doing anything until you hit 12 power, right? Jaffa's going to hit 11 power next turn, not 12. So the Seder of the Huru won't even be castable. So if he doesn't have anything to do, it could get sketchy, as SkiJ's doesn't have the 6 power yet, but once he finds it, it's just going to be a cavalcade of threat after threat after threat, and instead just finds it.
Yeah, but even if Jaffa needed to fire off this Harsh Rule without being able to get up to that 12 mana and playing the 8 of the Harsh Rule, or the 8 of the Huru, he still has enough power in hand to get him up to 12. So I'm not particularly concerned. And he's at 21. He might go down to 16 here, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, Flame Blast can't take out Marshall Ironthorn here. That due to it not doing quite as much damage as it used to. But it looks like Temple Scribe will get in the way of this Titan keep Jaffa at a healthy 21, and Skij, yeah, is stuck on 5 power. Has plenty of spells to play. They're just not super high impact. But in the meantime, Jaffa's not finding any more spells. Instead, just draws a Combre banner for. Do you like slow rolling the Friendly Wisp here and just saving it as a combo play later on in the game?
Yeah, because my hand is I don't know. That's
like you're already ahead enough on board because of this Titan.
Yeah, like I guess I can see it going either way pretty easily. Yep.
Well,
and there's the power. I mean, like that's really the only reason for me at least, that I would want to play that out a little earlier and then hopefully trigger it.
So Skij finds a power here. The damage from Iron Thorn's already kind of been done, right? Jaffa's at 11 now.
Yeah, exactly.
So even if you Carnosaur this Iron Thorn, it's you are taking at least away the threat of the ultimate that'll be coming in turn, which you do need to address. Can you afford to play around things like Island's Choice here at this point?
Yeah.
Get this Thorn out.
I don't think you can. I think you. But I mean, even with that point, all right, Flame Blast. I don't mind Flame Blast here.
I mean, Flame Blast also gets answered by Island's Choice, right? But
it's true.
Jaffa doesn't have that, and now Jaffa can either cast State of the Huru and super fill up on cards, or get a 6/6 Ascendant out. I like drawing 4 cards. That sounds pretty sweet to me. But 2 Owls aren't great on this board.
See, I was about to say I actually kind of like playing the Mystic Ascendant and just getting guaranteed value off of it.
Well, this is pretty guaranteed value.
Well, or sure, but I guess like by playing the 6/6, you encourage Skij to play out a few more units, and then your harsh rule becomes a lot better, and then you can refill the board after the harsh rule with the. But
so you can still harsh rule here and Mystic Ascendant, but then you don't get to hold up Island's Choice. So we'll see what Jaffa ends up doing as he draws more cards. Could also just Seraph activate, but the Titan comes in, and Jaffa now did draw a few Island's Choice, so that'll be a useful card to have here going forward against a deck with Obliterates and Carnosaurs.
And I think I actually liked playing Seraph and activating this turn over anything else, just because like you're committing almost nothing to the board. Skij then has to play even more stuff to the board, and you're not really going down in value with the harsh rule. But it's also a great follow-up to harsh rule, so what do I know?
We might be at the point now that Jaffa never casts harsh rule. Like he'll just get so far ahead on board he never needs to, because he'll just find another Iron Thorn to one side, wipe it, or find another Aid of the Huru and stun all of the non-Titan units and swing for lead. So, but instead by just playing one Ascendant, this will.
I like harsh rule now.
Yeah, harsh rule now looks pretty good, right? Praxis Displacer is the reason that Jaffa will pull the trigger on a harsh rule. So it'll take a little bit of damage here. Oh no. Maybe using Island Choices instead. Doesn't want to get a little too low. I can't say I agree with that, just because Island's Choice counters the burn, although it doesn't counter Torch. And DJ already has 2 of those and 2 Heart of the Vaults in hand, so that's actually a lot of reach that you can't counter with Island. Using one of those Island Choice here actually could end up being the difference for Jaffa that did use it and played it safe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out a little bit more. I still feel like you kind of still want a harsh roll, just given the life. I guess you could just play out 2 Mystic Ascendants and draw 2 cards.
No, but looks like the harsh rule does come out. And I think we'll just see Mystic hold up Island's Choice again. The old 8/8 Ascendant.
Yeah. Well, I guess like you would have a 6/6 and an 8/8 in play if you had taken the other line, which would have blocked most of the stuff. They would have gotten a few points of chip damage in. That doesn't actually. Well, maybe that's not.
It's fine, but I don't think Jaffa just likes the safety of holding up Island's Choice, clearing the board instead. And again, the harsh rule was just an awkward card getting it out.
Yeah.
Skij finds an Obliterate, which you could combine with Torch to kill 8/8, but opts to instead draw even more cards via Friendly Wisp plus Sandstorm.
And we do see the Friendly Wisp come down, that little bit of a combo play that we were talking about earlier. And I like it a lot better here, obviously. It got him cards when they actually needed cards.
Now Jaffa's got double Mystic Ascendant going, Runehammer doesn't have a lot of targets. These the owls are quickly gathering in hand. This Parliament currently makes 3 owls,
It's gonna
but
make
1
4
power
next
away
turn.
from 4. Yep, and a 10/10's
Yeah.
coming in, and Jaffa's just got whatever he wants. Desert Marshal in hand, Seraph, owls, hammers, Island's Choice. Just starting to spiral out of control for this DJ here.
And so what do you definitely do you don't attack? Do you attack with Sandstorm here and then hope for a block?
Use Xenon Initiation, the Sandstorm, I think.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
And try
You
and
did
take
just draw
out
that
a
for the
Mystic
turn,
Ascendant
okay.
that way, and then
Yeah.
Island's Choice does its thing. Potentially. We'll see. But
Yeah.
again, like one of the ways Jaffa can lose this game is by CJ just pointing burn at face. Jaffa's at 13, so Obliterate, Torch, Heart of the Vault is lethal amounts of burn. Of course, DJ could die before he could cast all of those spells. So we'll see what ends up happening as it is KJ's turn shortly. Pause first for Torch.
Yeah, I would imagine after we get back to Jaffa's turn and Jaffa's able to play that great Parliament and basically have a whole bunch of chump blockers, I can't imagine Skija is going to have a hard time dealing all that burn damage in the amount of time that it needs to.
DJ did think about torching face before the end of that turn, and I honestly don't hate it. It's not like you're going to be torching any of your opponent's units and you're winning this game by torching your opponent's face, but opts to hold on to it for now. Heart of the Vault comes down, draws a sigil. Yeah, I mean, Skij's at least at 27. He's got some time to find all the pieces to kill Jaffa, but has to decide, does he want to try this Xenon Initiation on a Mystic Ascendant? I think you kind of would.
Yeah, the question is, what unit do you use? I kind of like the Heart of the Vault.
Yeah, if you use Heart of the Vault, that gives you an opportunity to actually swing at your opponent's face with Sandstorm Titan.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty nice upside in this situation because then both your torches are lethal. But he opts to not do anything and just hold up double torch. Jaffa will just play power, draw even more cards, which might get more owls. Secret Page just let you draw even more cards here if he wants to.
Yeah. It's going to be sneaky.
Yeah. We'll see what Jaffa ends up doing because he can do a whole lot of stuff when you have 60 power.
Yes, you can. It's not a small amount of power.
Yeah, I could speculate on what lines he's going to take, but that would take about 5 hours based on all the combinations available.
Yes.
Instead, Jaffa's just going to swing in with a Mystic Ascendant here.
Do you like not swinging with the 8/8?
I think keeping some amount of units back could make sense. But again, you're also going to play a bunch here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't hate swinging with the 8/8 Ascendant, especially with like Secret Page's Trickery up or whatever.
And if they double block, you just kill the Titan, right? And then you have lethal in the air.
Yeah, you have a bunch of flyers. Rhino Hunt Pack.
That's
coming down
a card
from Seraph. Normally a 7/10 is now a 14/20.
14/20. All right.
Jaffa's still holding up Island's Choice. That is kind of the key here.
Oh, and we just
the torches are coming.
Ski J just wins, right?
No, Island's Choice counters Obliterate.
Oh, very true. Very true.
That is why Jaffa's been holding on.
I was looking for Protect, and I just completely ignored the Island's Choice.
Yeah, Island's Choice reads counter target Obliterate.
Yeah.
So this was the argument for using Xenon Initiation last turn, is that it might have gotten the Island's Choice out of Jaffa's hand and cleared the way for Obliterate. And EJ opted to not do that. Instead, just wanted to hold up double torch, even though he could have just torch Obliterate the next turn. So that was like why I liked the initiation line. Of course, you would have also taken a lot on the track back, but I think trying to bait out the Island's Choice if they have another Island's Choice was kind of the way you were going to win. Didn't quite pan out, and Owls reigns.
So looking over at the sideboard, ooh, I see something I like. I don't know how good it actually is in this matchup, but it's a card that is near and dear to my heart, so I'm going to call it out. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I would bring it in, but
I think I would.
Would you?
Yeah. If you look at Jaffa's deck, like normally against Combre based decks, you think, oh, Sandstorm Titan, they're just going to block it. Jaffa doesn't have that. He's got a bunch of 5/5s, 3/5s. The only things that are bigger than what's coming out of the horn, Mystic Ascent. So it can actually be tough to deal with. It might not be as fast.
Yeah, like I will say a lot of experience with that card.
Yeah.
And if you do not play it on turn 6 against Combre, they pull ahead pretty easy. So
Yeah.
Mystic Ascendant, yes, is the only thing that they can actually block, but you're only getting 1 per turn, right?
Yeah, it's just harsh rule proof, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea. Yeah, it's a cute card. It's just, is it good enough to actually sideboard in is the question. And the answer to that appears to be yes from the Ski J as we're looking at his sideboarding right now. The 2 Flamestokers are sitting there right alongside Heart of the Vault and Carnosaur. Shatterglass Mage number might be going up too, just because it's a unit with Warp that's hard to block. We'll see. Right now it's still sitting at 2 as TJ's got to figure out what the last card to here is. On the side of aReNGee, though, what do you expect to come in? I think the Runehammers go out, but you just bring in some Vanquish.
I'm not a big, definitely not a big fan of Runehammer. The Vanquishes seem great. Maybe a Valkyrie Enforcer or 2, just to get.
Yeah,
especially
against a Dawnwalker deck.
Yeah,
sure.
And it just gets a little bit of pressure in the air. But granted, you're an Owls deck anyway, so you already have a ton of flyers.
Or if you're concerned about the burn plan, you could bring in a Protect or 2 or a Backlash or 2. So. Yeah, I don't hate bringing in a couple Enforcers just to help manage the Dawnwalkers, but I don't know if that's good enough to actually come in. But again, 3 Runehammers I think will come out. 2 Vanquishes definitely in. It's just, what is that like? Is it a Permafrost, Protect, Backlash, Enforcer? Not sure.
Yeah, because we still have the Desert Marshals. I'm trying to think what if there's anything else I would cut. Maybe Minotaur Ambassador, but.
Oh, that card's too good, man. Let me tell you, that thing is sweet, especially when you get the Ironthorn to stick. Oh, baby, it's awesome.
Oh, all right, fair. Yeah, just casual 4 power. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you build a linear ramp deck, you only have so many flexes, right? That's the thing. It's basically like, how do I change my removal slightly? That's what we're. Like, I think all of the other pieces of ramp and payoff, you can't really tweak too much unless you're in an extreme situation like against actual load of the bag throwers.
Yeah, here's an interesting thing. Ski J's leaving in the Praxis Displacers. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's a way to clear the Mystic Ascendant off the board for a turn and get those nice alphas in. And your opponent's still playing like Seraphs and Parliaments or whatever, just as a proactive, not great removal spell. Again, it's awkward against Harsh Rule, but I think it does enough here to warrant an inclusion. But again, there could be other great sideboard instead. Yeah. So looks like we're just waiting for the players to send out the challenge. Not sure who's still finishing up the sideboard.
Okay, so I'm guessing Jaffa's making a few other choices.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
I imagine he was pretty ready for this matchup. This is one of the decks that aReNGee designed to attack, where it just goes way over the top of this. And there we go. Challenge is out. We'll hop into the observatory here, get the hand cam set up as well, and watch as these players resolve mulligan, which I know is your favorite thing to do.
Yes, I mean, 200%. Oh, Ski J, are you thinking about keeping that? All right. I'll support your decision. I mean, the Temple Scribe is what sells it for me. If it didn't have the Temple Scribe, I don't know.
It could flood, could curve out. We'll see. As DJ keeps at least a hand that has all the influence and power he'll ever. In the meantime, Jaffa does not have a hand that has all the power and influence he'll ever need, but at least it has a Find the Way to help at least get some power going. But Ski J is going to get on the board first with a 1/1.
I have to admit, another Justice Sigil. Interesting.
Yeah, so can't cast the Temple Scribe now, but
No.
instead guaranteeing that if he finds any more power, we'll be able to cast Harsh GS2 of it.
And I guess he will be able to play a Seraph and then another Seraph to potentially double block, or he's just gonna play Vanquish. I could just look at the cards that he has in his hand. That's another thing I could do too.
Yeah, even though you have Harsh Rule, you could try and be greedy and save this Vanquish, but you don't know when you can cast these Harsh Rules. So instead, going to use the Vanquish and save some life here, try and stay out of burn for as long as possible.
Oh, we see Skijay has got that Granite Ring in his hand. I'm curious to see when he decides to play that out.
Yeah, the Granite Ring was mostly a finisher for if the board gets gummed up and you've got all of these 6/6s without Overwhelm and 5/6s without Overwhelm. They can kind of break through and just represent a bit more of an extra push of damage by giving them all one extra attack as well. But Jaffa is stuck on power, finds a Minotaur Ambassador. Not exactly what he's looking for right here. Passes over to Skijay after plopping down a...
Yeah, we'll see. All right, displays for the draw for Skijay.
And we see Jaffa use the replay feature there and be like, my opponent did miss a power play that turn, and knows that might not curve out into Harsh Rule. Of course, Jaffa draws the Time Sigil and plays.
Yeah, why not? Right then and there. Snap it off.
Yep, so Seraph is saved from the Harsh Rule because displays are returned to hand, and Skijay
there we go.
Decks the Flamestoker. We said it'd be good against Harsh Rule, and I would say it's good against Harsh Rule here.
Yeah. Though I still contend that if Jaffa had not been missing these power drops, I don't know how good Flamestoker would be.
Well, maybe the best game plan is to hope your opponent does miss.
That is fair.
That is fair. So here we go. Jaffa deploys a 3/4 to 1/1. Not enough to withstand the heat of the Flamestoker. And yeah. Jaffa will just Harsh Rule doesn't clean up this mess, that's for sure. Neither does Island's Choice. Can't silence relics either with Valkyrie Enforcer. These
no.
Every turn they're gonna keep coming.
Well, there's the 6 power.
Mm-hmm.
So we can chump for a few turns. We're gonna be taking some big damage from the Infernuses. But you could theoretically play out Mystic Ascendant, hope that Skijay doesn't have an Obliterate, which they do. But realistically, Obliterate's probably going at the face at this point, right?
Well, I mean, if Obliterate's doing killing a unit plus doing 5 damage via Infernus, that's a bit better than doing 6 to the face. But we'll see as we move forward. Right now, Jaffa's got to decide, do I hold up Island's Choice or deploy another unit? And decides to play a Seraph here to have a good double block against Sandstorm Titan. Skijay makes an Infernus because that's what happens. And we'll see what they draw for turn. We know they already have an Obliterate and Granite Ring, and just finds a banner here. So now you've got to decide, do I want to start making these Infernuses 6 attack? And that seems to be what's going on here. Still means Sandstorm Titan, while getting double blocked, doesn't take out damage. 2 Seraph. So, but hiding the Obliterate, saving it for a Mystic Ascendant makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, even jamming in with the... I like this attack with the 2/1. Because if Jaffa wants to eat this 2/1 for free, well, then you've got this overwhelming attack from the 5/6 because Granite Ring gives overwhelm, not just +1 attack here. And we're seeing that push through a lot of damage via.
So we're going to see 2. Okay, so no damage is getting through from the Infernus.
Oddly, double blocking the Infernus rather than double blocking Sandstorm Titan.
Yeah.
Can't see the reasoning behind.
I agree completely there. Maybe we Valkyrie Enforcering the...
Sandstorm? Yeah, but the Infernus was going to die anyways.
Yeah.
Like why not double block the Titan?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm trying to apply some logic here, Rhino. That's what we're going for.
I can't find it. Like, even if you're playing around torches or whatever, it's still all the same. They're both 6 attack, right?
Yeah, except one to 6/5 and the other one to 6/6.
Yeah, maybe Jaffa forgot that Sandstorm Titan gained overwhelm, so he just thought putting Temple Scribe in front of it would block its damage, and that's obviously not what happened. So may have just been
Interesting.
Jaffa hasn't seen the Flamestoker, didn't see the overwhelm on Titan, and maybe just made the wrong block.
So just playing out the Minotaur
Yeah.
ambassador here in order to leave up Eileen's choice.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, that's a pretty important feature here. Holding up Island's Choice, where if you just go Mystic Ascendant, you could die to a lot of things. Now you die to a few less.
Yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite combos is going to happen. Dawnwalker plus Flamestoker.
Ooh, yeah, that's very fun. Unless KJ wants to go for it here with Obliterate, which
probably is going to happen. However, with the Island's Choice and then a double block, if there is not a double block, then I guess you could single block with the Minotaur ambassador, and then you're still fine, right? But next turn, we're gonna be able to see a Great Parliament come down, and that's going to provide enough meat to block the Infernus, unless that Obliterate goes on that.
Yeah, SkiJ's just got to decide: do I want to commit to Obliterate this turn, or do I want to activate the Granite Ring? Doesn't activate Granite Ring, so that's going to give Jaffa some info here. My opponent wants to use their power for something else, and that'll influence what decisions Jaffa makes here with this Island's Choice that he has floating.
Oh no! Oh, Jaffa, what are you doing there, buddy?
Oh no, I think I like the double block on Titan this time around. Again, you have Island's Choice up. You go down to 2. And then you take out the Obliterate, right? You've got to piece together what's going on.
Yeah, but
it does mean you go down to
I guess
we die to everything, which is a problem.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I guess we haven't seen a pause, so we know there's no torch in hand yet.
This is so odd that he keeps blocking the. Okay, so this means he's going to use Island's Choice on the Titan. That's the play that I prefer, because next turn you get to Great Parliament, you get to block all the Infernuses, you get to play a Valkyrie Enforcer as well. Yeah. You think just staying healthy is more important, but nope, Jaffa decides to take 2. This is all kind of spiraling from that decision to not double block Titan last. Right? You could have been looking at not having to make this decision this.
Exactly.
It's going to be a costly mistake, I think.
And now he has to leave up Eileen's Choice forever, right?
Yeah.
Like he cannot not have 3 power up. That's why I like just going ahead and getting.
Well, luckily he has tons of. Leaving up Island's Choice isn't a huge tax.
Sure.
And it can't even counter Torch or Heart of the Vault, which are both now in range for Jaffa. So there's risks with this line, but at the same time you're this far behind, you need to take risks. So we see the SkiJ just deploy the Dawnwalker instead of using Obliterate now based on this info.
So yep, I was wondering if he was are we going to see the Great Parliament come down? Okay.
No, Jaffa's just going to hold up Island Choice.
Yeah. There's no way, right?
You want the counter clock. You knew your opponent didn't activate Ring, though, when they could have last. And I think you've got to give them the credit that they know how their cards work, even if you might not. So,
I still really like the Great Parliament, play the Enforcer, silence the Dawnwalker last turn.
Mm-hmm.
It still allows you to block the Infernus, not have any damage through, and then you get to also block the Dawnwalker. Then you don't have to worry about Dawnwalker getting back. So now, Minotaur Ambassador is going to be trading with. Ooh. Okay. Well, it still keeps him alive.
Keeps Jaffa at 1. Keeps the Mystic Ascendant alive. I like these blocks again. Infernus kills itself at the end of everything. You don't have to make blocks to kill it. You just have to make blocks to survive it. That's what Jaffa's doing here with this. I do love this ring horn combo doing work here for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's something I'll take a look at, considering I have an unhealthy love of Flamestoker.
I absolutely love Flamestoker as a card. It's like Whispers of the Void was one of my favorite cards from set 1, and this is like a different style, but certainly a flavor of it nonetheless. So Jaffa finds a Vanquish, which also doesn't deal with Flamestoker. We could deal with some things in the future, I suppose. This Parliament still only makes 2 outs here, but you still might have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you can play the Valkyrie Enforcer, take away the flying. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Getting in with the 8.
Gotta kill your
So he
opponent
has-
at some point while you sit at 1. I haven't done the math on the crackback, but it's 6 overwhelm damage. So
Yeah, you have to play the Parliament. Yep.
yeah. Jaffa needs to end this game because at any point Skij can just warp in a 6/6 that deals damage or torch your face. Like you have to start swinging, and I think this is the right time to do it.
I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm. So in comes the Infernus, and Skij found another obliterate. So he'll be using obliterate here.
Is there-
getting the island's choice out of hand.
Yeah. Is there any way for Jaffa to win on his next turn?
Let's see. Currently sitting at 17 damage, so 1 off. There might be, depending on sideboarded cards. Like if he can find another ramp spell for this Ascendant,
Okay.
have actual lethal, and then somehow clear this 1/1 out. But that's
Oof.
the case.
Seek power, not what they were looking for.
Yeah, if that Seek Power was a Secret Pages or a Minotaur Ambassador, Jaffa might have been able to find an out to lethal here, but that's not the case. Won't be able to trigger this Mystic Ascendant again. And yeah, this doesn't know the Skij has another Obliterator or Reach spell in hand, but yeah, Skij currently does
Feel it.
has the lethal, and yeah, Jaffa does not. Jaffa is currently 1 off it plus the 1/1s in the way. So we'll see what Jaffa ends up doing here. But anyway you slice it, it's not looking good for him because we know Skij has another obliterate.
Yeah, it's always something to be said about being omniscient.
Yeah.
There's high EV.
But again, a lot of this game and this whole board state stems from the fact that Jaffa made that wrong block with the Titan many turns ago and ended up taking something like 12 extra.
Well, he would be at 8 right now, right?
Yeah, because that Titan got in for an extra attack.
6,
like,
yeah.
So,
or well, no, it was chumped by a 1/1.
Safe to say Jaffa would have been out of obliterate range.
Yes.
Safe.
Yes.
So that mistake with the Titan block a few turns ago is we said it would end up being pretty costly, and I think that's helped.
Yeah, and I was about to say with the attack with the Flyers, it forces the Vanquish to come out.
So yep, Flame Stoker activates, brings back Dawnwalker, who reminds us the lights are staying on. Obliterate from Skij likely to come here unless he's found something else, but points it at face and forces Jaffa to have the third choice, which he doesn't have.
Does not. Does not. All right. So then we move on.
Yeah, this means game 3, right? This is tied 1-1.
I believe so, yeah.
Ooh, baby. All right. So we'll see if players make any more sideboard decisions. Don't know if Jaffa brought in extra protects or backlashes. We talked about how that could have been a possibility. But we do know that Skij brought in the Flame Stoker, and it made its presence felt that game.
Yeah, and we saw the Valkyrie Enforcer, but I don't believe we saw anything else.
Yeah.
Out of we saw the Vanquish.
Yeah, we saw sideboard cards. We saw Vanquish and Enforcer. So again, we assumed the Rune Hammers came out and 2 Vanquish and at least 1 Enforcer came in. So maybe no protects or backlashes came in. But there's also other cards that Jaffa could have. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, Backlash doesn't have a lot of targets, but the ones that it does hit kill you. But Protect is kind of just a better Backlash essentially in this matchup because you can still protect against the big burn spells, but also protect your other units from smaller ones finishing them off or whatever. It's just a cheaper Backlash.
Yeah.
If it does come in. But looks like some sideboarding still going down here. Jaffa figuring out like is Valkyrie Enforcer what I want.
Going down to 2 Xenon initiations. How do you feel about that?
I think that's a reasonable thing. You've already got like especially with and it's pretty cool. But what? He was normally on 0. Those are out of the sideboard or no? Okay,
No,
he's normally
got 3
on
in the
3
main.
initiation.
Yeah.
Okay. So they shaved one initiation for a Flame Soaker. Because what? They brought in 2 Flame Soakers and a Granite Ring. Yeah, like I like Displacers more than initiation and stuff like that. I think 2 seems like the
Really?
right.
Okay. I don't know. I like the initiations better than the displacer.
Okay, the problem with initiation though is that it's both a problem and an upside where it's like it can get blown out. I'm doing air quotes right now by Island's Choice, but that means you're getting their Island's Choices out of hand to clear the path for this dance we're doing with Obliterate and Flame.
All right, so let's see. It sounds like the players are getting ready, so we'll jump into that game. I have to thank Jaffa for having a name that starts with J and being at the top of the players list. Makes it very nice and easy to find.
All right, so here we are. Game 3. Whoever wins this stays in the winner's bracket. The other one goes down with the other losers and has to fight for their life in the single elimination bracket.
Get down in the pit.
Yeah. I've lived that life. It's not a fun place to be. It's ruthless down there. It's a lot more pleasant up in the winner's bracket. Everybody's like, we got a buffer here. But here we go. Game is underway.
Yeah. One of the last big tournament I played in was that team tournament that was like 6 months ago, and we did the same thing. Lost round 1, and then we made it all the way to the last round of the losers bracket, and then lost. So it felt real good.
Yeah, I've done some dumb runs through the losers bracket where it's stressful. It's more stressful than a free tournament has any right to be. But yeah, here we go. Friendly Wisp comes out. Jaffa looking at a hand of a bunch of power and harsh rules and Iron Thorns. That sounds like a ramp deck to me. So both decks doing what they want, although Skijay's playing a little more depleted power than he'd prefer right. And knowing that he's going to draw a Shatterglass Mage means he's definitely playing Ember Acolyte.
Yeah, I'm sure Jaffa's quite happy to see this slow chain of pacing from Skijay.
Let's go with slow development.
Slow development. There we go.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, Jaffa's gonna use his secret pages to possibly ramp out Martial Ironthorn, possibly ramp out one of these 2 harsh rules, but either way, ramping them out. And yeah, there it is. Skijay uses Amber Acolyte, gets an undepleted power to help him curve out in the future.
Yeah, and then that seat became active. All good thing.
Yep. So now Skijay has a handful of castable cards, and Jaffa's got 5 power in play this turn and draws a desert.
I think I like just playing out the Martial Ironthorn. Just started getting that value. Like, I don't know if there was maybe like another decent threat on Skijay's side, I'd consider it.
The issue is you're not guaranteed the value because your opponent is playing Obliterates, and you've got Owls in hand. It is
that's also an Obliterate that's not going at my face anymore.
Sure, but I think we're just going to see find the way, hold up Desert Marshal here, or maybe proactively Desert Marshal this.
The Wisp, I would not mind that.
It's a possibility, but instead he wants to save Desert Marshal to maybe silence a Dawnwalker because a hand with double harsh rule is a little weak to Dawnwalker.
Yeah.
So he opts to hold the Desert Marshal, doesn't proactively silence the Wisp, which means it will get triggered by this Sandstorm Titan. So here we go.
Yeah,
1-1 and 2-1 come in.
Little beat for 3.
And now I'm thinking harsh.
Oh.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm fine with harsh roll here. It's, again, a little unfortunate that Friendly Wisp already gave the value, but what can you do? Next turn, since there is another power, do we see the depleted power come into play? We do.
Yep.
All right.
Depleted power here, and then Jaffa can move into Martial Ironthorn, holding up both Desert Marshal and Island's Choice. Skijay finds the Dawnwalker. We were talking about holding Desert Marshal for those pesky Dawnwalkers, and that pays off here. And yep, Martial Ironthorn, empower power, hold up Choice plus.
Okay, so we're seeing Skijay sitting at 8 power. That is relevant thanks to that Diago in hand.
Diogo.
Diogo.
So yeah,
I can read.
Dio is a 3/5 with charge, but also has an ultimate that costs 8, as you alluded to, which gives the rest of the units in your deck and also himself charge and double damage. Pretty strong. Jaffa finds another Martial Ironthorn though, and that's a lot of power now from Jaffa as the 5/5.
Turn 1 power into 3. How do you? Yeah. Okay. Do you like not just getting rid of the 5/5 overwhelm? Getting rid of the Rhino?
You're at 21. You can take a couple hits here, and that's what Jaffa opts to do. Goes to 16, saves one of his Martial Ironthorns, because now if he drew a power, he would have been able to like Ada the Huru. And we see the Protect did come in from Jaffa, but does not find a power, which is, I think, what Jaffa wanted here. Would have liked to go to 12 power and slam the Ada the Huru, stun the whole board, get in for 10. That's not to be. And now that he found a Protect, though, might be more willing to use an Island Choice here to take out one of these 5 attack.
Yeah, interesting. All right, so he's just going to go ahead and trade off the Reinhardt with one of his desert or one of his Martial Iron.
Don't want to get too low. I think I would have used Island Choice there to kill the other one, honestly, because once you find a power, like you have Protect up, you get to use Ada the Huru, but that's not the case here. Instead, Jaffa finds a Temple Scribe and into a Mystic Sending, which
like
play that you do still get to hold up like Island's Choice and Desert Marshal, but it's just a 4/4.
Honestly, last turn I didn't really mind even Harsh Ruling. Yes, you lose 2 of your Martial Ironthorns, which definitely sucks, but he only had 1 card in hand, and you're 1 power away from casting Ada the Huru with a Desert Marshal still in hand. I don't know.
So we see the Mystic Ascendant come down, and now we'll see if the Martial Ironthorn gets in the way of the Shatterglass Mage, if he'll use Island's Choice on it. Ooh. This attack with the 4/1 mean Desert Marshal comes in and finds his prey.
Does he take the 5 though?
He'll be taking 3 here with this blocking going to 9. I like this a lot. Double blocking the Shatterglass Mage, eating that Dawnwalker and silencing it. Good stuff here from Jaffa.
Jaffa really needs to find a power though.
Sandstorm Titan plops down, and so does Diogo. Power would be good, but Desert Marshal's not bad. Can silence this Diogo now before it can activate.
I think you definitely do this proactively here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't let this Dio activate. You do not want your opponent's deck to have a bunch of double damage charge Dawnwalkers and stuff like that. So, yeah. Silence goes on Diogo. 5/6 Titan comes in, and now Jaffa will double block, it looks like. Or chump. Okay.
Chump.
Sure. Again, Jaffa is not too scared of burn here just because he has both Island Choice and Protect, but still doesn't want to be forced to use them.
And that Seek power is going to make it to 8 of the Huru can actually be cast this turn.
Yeah, could cast.
So casual draw 6. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, Minotaur Ambassador here is amazing. Draw 4, lose 2. This costs 2 power overall, and you draw 4 cards and absolutely ramp incredibly well here. So yeah, Minotaur
it's kind of like Ada the Huru,
flexing its muscle.
Wow.
Secret Pages also just costs like not that much here, but yeah, this that's a big boy, that Mystic Ascendant. And now Jaffa's got a real full hand of lots of things to do. Ada the Huru, not one of those things. Plenty of other options for here. Seraph gets down.
Yeah, and pretty close to being able to still do Ada the Huru. But when did we switch over to playing a Voto combo?
I told you, man. Minotaur Ambassador is a powerful card. Mystic Ascendant and Martial Ironthorn already being in play just that much. So this is going to be a tough one for the Skij to close out at this point. Java's still got to Protect and an Island Choice and Desert Marshal in hand. And yeah, Skij just
picking it up. All right.
Skij scoops it up here.
Well, not over for Skij. Skij gonna, we're gonna Sparta kick him into the pit, but he can fight his way back out. Congratulations to Jaffa for, making it on, staying in that winner's bracket.
Yep, Jaffa takes that match 2-1. But hats off to Skij, who is still alive, as you said. Goes down to the as we call it, losers bracket. They're still all, winning enough to be alive, though.
Oh, for sure.
Still certainly win this one. So that is the end of that round. We'll be moving on to coverage of the losers bracket that we've been alluding to. Losers bracket round 2 will be the next round of coverage, which we will get to in just a moment. So stay tuned.